What's up guys, this is Miasin, and we just got a new archetype announced in DBJH. I have no idea what the frig that is, so let's check it out as soon as you smash the like and subscribe button. Okay, so this card right here is a Cupsy Yummy, whatever, level 1 light beast, 0 attack, 1600 defense. You can only special summon with the first effect once per turn, and then you can only use the second effect once per turn. If you control a Link 1 monster, okay, or a level 2 Synchro monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. Alright, sure, that's fine, it's an extender. And if this card is normal or special summon, you can add a Yummy card from your deck to your hand, except itself, or if it was special summoned by a Synchro monster's effect, you can draw one card instead. This reminds me a little bit of the Ancient Fairy Dragon deck where, you know, you get the choice between searching a card, or if you already did something, you can draw a card instead. And also, they're light beasts, so they might have synergy with the Ancient Fairy Dragon cards. I have no idea. Maybe that's how you want to play them, but okay. And there's more cards, obviously. So, Cookie Yummy. They look pretty but yummy, I guess, but not really because they're animals. Level 1 light beast, you can only special... I was gonna say something really stupid. You can only special summon, yeah, then you can... Okay, yeah, same thing. If you control a blah blah blah, you can summon, okay, same thing. If this card is normal special summon, you can target one face-up monster upon controls. It loses 1000 attack, or if this card was special summoned by a Synchro monster's effect, you can destroy that monsters instead. Okay, clearly you're not trying to decrease the attack of a monster, that's kind of garbage. The goal is absolutely to destroy a monster, so yeah, this card only really does something when it's summoned by a Synchro monster's effect, whereas this is always something that, you know, does something on its own. So that's really cool, and the fact that they mention Link 1 monsters really tells me that there's a Link 1 in this deck that has to be good. Otherwise, I don't really think these cards do much of anything by their own. Anyways, obviously, there's another monster, Lollipo Yummy. What is this? Oh, what are these cards? I have no idea. Are they based on something? I really don't know. If you guys know, or if you guys have a clue, let me know in the comment section, because I'm clueless as shit. Anyway, same exact clause, same summoning condition, and if this card is normal or special summon, you can target one card in your opponent's graveyard, shuffle it into the deck, or if this card was special summoned by a Synchro monster's effect, you can banish that card instead. Okay, she either shuffles back a card or banishes a card. That's fine. Usually, like, banishing a card is better, or shuffling the card. I don't know, sometimes you actually want to shuffle the card, and sometimes you want to banish the card just so that your opponent never gets the recursion. So, for example, against, like, the Fiendsmith engine, banishing cards is really good, but against, like, the Malice cards, you want to shuffle the cards, not really banish them for slightly obvious reasons, if you understand what I'm trying to say. A cool effect, it's a utility effect, but obviously going first on turn 1, this card does nothing, so hopefully you can summon these cards on your opponent's turn so that this is an interruption, and this is an interruption, and this is a starter from what I can understand. So far, these monsters are fine. If there's a Link 1, then that justifies everything. Anyways, Cupsy Yummy Way, level 2 Light Beast Synchro Tuner. Oh, Synchro Tuner, okay, sure. Generic. For this card Synchro Summon, you can treat one Link 1 monster you control as a level 1 tuner. Oh, okay, this reminds me a little bit of, what's his face? Obviously, Gigantic Sprite, something else where you can use, like, Xyz or whatever links as materials or something. This time, you use Link 1s as tuners, and obviously, it's kind of like Chaos Hunter, where you can theoretically make a Synchro using 0 tuner monsters. That's really cool. You can only use the first and second effect once per turn. If this card is Synchro summoned, you can add 2 Yummy monsters from your deck to your hand, then discard 1 card. So it's kind of like a Melody of Awakening Dragon in a way. It doesn't discard for cost, so if it gets ashed, then you're still keeping a card in your hand. And what this really is telling me is that you can main deck the Chummies in your deck and not really get punished by it. You can even main deck all the Chummies, you can main deck Lancia, who cares? If you draw them, just discard them, it doesn't do anything. So yeah, I will absolutely take a card that can search 2 freaking monsters from your deck to your hand. That is kind of nasty. Anyways, when your opponent activates a card or effect, you can return this card to the extra deck as a cost. Special summon up to 2 Yummy monsters from your graveyard. Imagine wasting your effect Veiler on this, just so that your opponent can chain this and revive back the 2 Yummy monsters that were used to summon this card to begin with. Okay, alright, sure, this is kind of nice. Wow, this is a great card. My god, it's actually amazing. Like, extremely good, and it doesn't negate the effect of whatever monster that you summon. So the fact that you can summon back this and this means that you get a quick effect destroy, and, well, I mean, yeah, a quick effect in a way, and then a quick effect banish from, like, your opponent's graveyard. Really good. Huge fan. This card is fantastic. So far, this archetype kind of makes sense, but it still needs a good Link 1, like I said. Anyways, a Cookie Yummy Way. What is this? Okay, it's a delicious deck. Fair enough. Generic again. For this card Synchro Summon, if this card is Synchro Summon, you can target up to 2 face-up monsters on the field, change them to face-down defense. So the goal is to Synchro Summon this on the opponent's turn. Clearly, so it's kind of like the Silvera level 6 White Force Synchro monster. Really good card. It's kind of like a Book of Eclipse. It's a Book of Lunar Eclipse. There we go. And it's target up to 2 face-up monsters. So it's actually better than Book of Lunar Eclipse that has to target exactly 2 monsters. So if you only want to book 1 monster, you can do that, no problem. Anyways, when your opponent activates a card or effect, you can return this card to the extra deck. Special summon up to 2 yummy monsters from your grave. Again, the exact same thing, and this is a fantastic effect. Extremely good effect. My god. Okay, so far we have 3 different disruptions. A double Book of Moon, basically, Book of Lunar Eclipse, and then a banish from the opponent's graveyard, and a destruction. So yeah, I guess so far it makes sense, because we also have a way to search 2 monsters, and a way to search any card. So it kind of has like all the characteristics of like a tier 1 deck if we have more starters. Lollipo, Yummy Way. Oh, okay, so there's, okay, Cookie, Cupsy, whatever. Okay, so for each main deck monster, they have their equivalent extra deck monster. Oh, I can actually see them now. I wasn't really paying attention. I was like so focused on like laughing, you know, at these artworks that I never really thought about it. But yeah, we can see like the original Lollipo on Lollipo Synchro. So that's really cute. It's actually adorable. Anyways, okay, same thing. If this card is Synchro Summon, you can special summon 2 yummy monsters from your grave, but their effects are negated. It's kind of like a baby soul charge. My god, this is incredible. When your opponent activates, same thing. Same thing, yeah, same. Oh my, Jesus, bro. Dude, you cannot. This deck is never losing to Veiler. Literally never. It really does remind me of White Forest in a way where your opponent summons the Arciela or the Silvara. You can't really do anything about it. You just have to be like, yeah, okay, that's fine. Because if you Veiler, they just go chain, summon back 2 monsters, it does nothing. I like this. I like this a lot. You can play around Bestials by, you know, having only this, and then your opponent does something, and then you chain. Now you have no monsters on your field, and then you revive back 2 monsters at the same time. That's kind of freaking crazy, because this deck, it only plays light monsters, light beast, so it does kind of lose to Bestials, but it shouldn't be the end of the world. But I think my issue so far is that the monsters, their stats are really weak. Like, obviously, like for the attack stat especially, 0 attack, 1000 attack, 600 attack, 0 attack, 1600 attack, and 1200 attack. So, yeah, they kind of, it's not good enough. Yeah, hold on, was it 800? Okay, I was gonna say, like, it's always double the stats, but yeah, okay, it just lacks, like, the ability to just kill your opponent, you know? In a way, this kind of reminds me of, not purely, maybe a little bit purely, but what was that engine that people played in Sprite? The one that summons, like, the kitty... Melfi, there we go. It really reminds me of the Melfi cards. I don't know, for some reason. Anyways, Yummy Snatchy. Oh, so that's the Link one. 1 level 4 lower light beast. Okay, so every monster can turn into this. Hopefully, this is a 1-card starter. That would be broken. You can only use the first effect once per turn if this card is special summoned. Yo, special summon, not even link summoned. You can revive back this off of this effect, and it will trigger this effect. You can place a Yummy Field spell from your hand or deck face up on your field. Also, you cannot link summon link 3 or higher link monsters for the rest of the turn, so you can basically just summon like link 2 monsters and stuff like that. That's fine, I guess. Once per chain during the main phase or your opponent's battle phase, you can pay 100 life points. That's it. That's cute. I mean, you still lose when time gets called, but 100 life points is not a lot. Immediately after this effect resolves, Synchro Summon using a Yummy monster you control. Wow, that is incredible. Okay. I mean, obviously you're trying to summon your actual Yummies. You can use this and then another monster, and then you can start summoning like the double Book of Eclipse guy and stuff like that. That's really good. And it can be during your main phase, during your opponent's main phase. So yeah, that's a fantastic interruption. Again, I feel like every card so far just does something, just because, again, when you got a Link 1 in your deck, it means that even your worst card can be a starter, and that's what I really, really like a lot. Anyways, the Link 1 is incredible, but we have, obviously, the field spells to review now. So we got Yummy Cement Minion. Oh, it looks cute. Oh, all these cards are cute. Second and third effect once per turn. Yummy monsters you control gain 500 attack for each light beast monster on the field. There we go. Okay, this is how you kill your opponent. Because again, I was really wondering, these monsters, their stats are just way too low, and that's my main issue. It's just, like, your opponent summons like a Drizzworm, how the frick are you outing this? Like, it's a big boy, 2500 attack, and then it's gonna send another one of your monsters. But if you can boost your monsters, maybe it's like less annoying, and then you can kind of kill it. It's kind of like Sprite, where the deck is just like really good at not losing to hand traps, summoning a lot of monsters, but the monsters are too weak. So yeah, again, for me, this is like Sprite and purely 2.0. In a way, if you control a Link 1 monster, could be anything, you can target one level 1 Yummy monster in your grave, special summon it. Okay, that's cool. That's a Monster Reborn. It means that if you can normal summon like even the shit monsters, you can, I mean, actually, I have like a combo right now in my head through like an interruption. So you can go normal summon this card effect. It gets Veilered or something. That's completely fine. You go into the Link 1, and then you place this, and then you revive back the monster, and then you can quick sync on your opponent's turn for like the Book of Lunar Eclipse guy, and then yeah, that's kind of nasty. So yeah, that's really that's actually super broken. My god, and also I just realized this is not a, oh my god, it's a once per chain effect. Oh my god, yo. Okay, you can keep synchro summoning again and again and again, and you can actually summon yummy monsters if you really want to, as long as you're using a yummy monster as a material at the very least. That's fine. You can technically summon Trishula on your opponent's turn, so you can summon like a Trishula using one yummy, another yummy, and like a level 7 monster, like a Kashtira monster. Yo, am I onto something? Oh my god, I'm gonna be cooking with this deck. Let's go. I'm literally gonna be cooking because I think this is an actual food deck. I swear to god, so far, I'm actually in love with this archetype. Like, jokes aside, obviously it looks really cute, it looks really adorable, but it's actually good. Like, I swear to god, I'm not saying this for like the views, I actually believe it. Like, I'm actually gonna start making some combos. Yeah, if this card is in your grave, you can target 2 yummy monsters in your grave and or banished. Place them and this card on the bottom of the deck in any order. Beautiful. We love recursion. I will always take a way to recycle back your resources over and over. This is also a trait of, you know, powerful decks like the Fiendsmith engine. Why is it good? Because you never run out of gas. You always recycle back your cards over and over so that you always have a way to play for next turn. And with this, for example, you get back the field spell so that you can play it as only a one-of if you want to. And the Link 1 is always going to access it so that you, again, always have a play for next turn. So that's freaking awesome. And we have another field spell, Yummy Cement Akroki. Okay, so, oh my god, these funds. Oh my god, it looks like a Kinder Surprise. Okay, first and second and third effect once per turn. If you synchro summon a light beast synchro monster, you can target one card your opponent controls, destroy it. Again, this is a trigger effect that can trigger on your opponent's turn when you quick sync on your opponent's turn. So that's freaking cool. If a face-up monster or monsters you control leaves the field by opponent's card effect, Nibiru, you can special summon one yummy monster from your deck. Thank you for hitting me with Nibiru so that I can summon my my Stratos, the first monster. There you go, this, so that I can search something and then keep extending through your nib anyways. So again, this reminds me of the purely field spell. Literally, it's basically the purely field spell, right? Anyways, exact same effect as the other field spell. Okay, so far, all the field spells are good, but I think all the field spells are one-ofs too, you know? You don't want to play multiples of these cards because, in theory, they kind of just do nothing on their own. That doesn't make them bad, however. Anyways, we've got each shop card now. Oh, actually, that's the last card. No. Anyways, this is Yummy Redemption, and it is searchable by the Stratos. That's the only way to search it. Continuous shop card, you can only use the third effect once per turn. Monsters your opponent controls lose 200 attack for each light beast monster you control and in your graveyard. Okay, so you can boost your monsters with the first field spell, and then you can decrease the attack of your opponent's monsters using this card. That way, it kind of evens the gap in like attack stats because again, your monsters are extremely weak. Anyways, once per chain, if you synchro summon a light beast synchro monster, you can draw a card, then place one card from your hand on the bottom of the deck. Okay. Remember when I said at the very start that you can play some chummies in your main deck and get away with it? This is another proof that you can do that. So again, you can main deck like 25 hand traps maybe, and it could make sense. You know, you draw the useless hand traps, that's fine, and then you draw like any monster that's a one-card combo because, again, there's a Link 1 in the deck. This is like the #1 thing that you want to look for when you're trying to build a good deck. It's always, does the deck have like a Link 1? Yes, okay, then it's good. Literally, I swear to god, that's just incredible. But yeah, that's a good effect. You can just mulligan over and over. You have a dead card, that's fine. Just put it back, and then you draw another card. And it's once per chain, so you can keep drawing over and over. And then you can banish this card from your grave, then target one yummy monster you control and one monster your opponent controls. Switch control of both. Okay, so you give a useless monster to your opponent that has like garbage stats, and then you steal like an extremely good card. And also, you can recycle this card back with the graveyard effect of this. And, oh no, sorry, this is only for yummy monsters, unfortunately. Would have been nice if it was just like yummy cards, but it is what it is, I guess. Okay, so this card is a one-of, this card is a one-of, this card is a one-of, and literally everything else you could play as like 2 to 3 ofs in the extra deck. The Link 1, I'm probably just going to play 3 just because, I mean, it's a good card, obviously. And then, yeah, this is a 3 of, this is a 3 of, this is a 3 of. I think this kind of has like a similar issue in a way as Purely, where there's just not many monsters. But as we get more support, this is clearly going to be a top tier deck. I mean, I can always see it. Again, every single card does something on their own, just because they can at the very least turn into the Link 1, that can get the field spell, that can revive back a monster, and then you can Synchro summon into the Melody of Awakening Dragon to search even more monsters that you can start summoning, and then you can make the Lyrilusk, you can make Zeus, you can make all kinds of things. You can keep making synchros. You can potentially play like a Sprite engine in your deck because you always have access to like level 2s. I don't know, it just has like infinite potential to me. So like I said, I really am in love with this archetype. There's infinite possibilities. You can play a Kashtira engine so that 1 + 1 + 7 equals Trishula on the opponent's turn. That's cracked. That is absolutely cracked. You can also, I don't know, play a Bestial engine because your monsters are light, so you banish them, but you also get them back with Regained, etc. You keep doing some cool things. You guys let me know how you feel like this deck is, how this deck is gonna play out. But I can already imagine how this deck could be an incredible deck, or at least an incredible engine, or, you know, a very small engine, but then you play some other engines in your deck, kind of like how the Fiendsmith deck, it's not really, you know, a pure deck. It's like such a small engine, but then you also play some other engines like the Bestials or the Kashtiras, and then it starts making sense. So this could actually be the next deck to do that. But yeah, again, I really want to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys very, very soon with another video. Actually today. Peace.